to Zevista Story FM 102.6, where we explore the vision driving Pakistan's new tech startup. Zevista, I am your host Syed Abdul Rahman, and I am thrilled to sit down with Syed Faisal Masood, the CEO founder of Zevista.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much, Abdul Rahman. Thanks for inviting me to this discussion of podcast. So, so you asked me about how this Zevista, we were discussing about it, how the story started. So it started basically, I have been into this tech for a long time. I have experience of almost like 3 decades now. And we started the story is that I was associated with the company for 13 years, and it happened like this, that my founder with whom I have been working, he had some medical issues, so he could not continue with the business the same way he has been involved, and that opened a door and opportunity for me to have a new setup. So I actually reached out to some of my fellows, and I thought that it would be great to uh, maybe, because I have been working all my life in a salaried environment, and that environment is very different from the business environment where you are living from paycheck to paycheck. So it inspired me when I joined, when I contacted my peers in the industry, and they started proposing me that why don't you come get a stake in the company and work with us. So that was the inspiration that motivated me to set up something of my own. And so I'm familiar with the industry. I'm familiar with the tech. So this is something I have been doing for years, and I thought that there could not be a more fortunate time to start my journey, and that's how the Vista setup started.
So, what really is Zevista? Like, what does Zevista mean?
So z-
Where does Zevista came to your mind? That it's a beautiful name.
yeah,
Zevista, it's a modern name. So, how do you come up with this name?
okay, that's a very interesting story behind the name. So it's like the Vista is, the Vista is a beautiful landscape, a view, and my wife's name, it starts with Z. Her name is Sobia. It starts with Z. So we were randomly going across some different names, and Vista is a very common name. We had Windows Vista, and Vista is used in so many names across the industry. So with Z Vista, we said that this makes a unique name. So we combined it like it's her landscape and vision.
Your wife's vision.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
It's,
a So you've been a tech for a while,
yeah.
and I bet that you have seen the world of technology change very rapidly.
Yes.
So, how was your experience in this?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. In fact, I think the technology, the way it has been evolving over the past decades, there has been a quantum leap in the recent 3 to 4 years in the technology. When I stepped into the technology area, it was an era of point-to-point radios, and so I was not into technology business sales right from the beginning. I was into the B2C business model where I was directly uh, selling solutions. I started my journey. It was an inspiration from the day one that I was hooked with the sales area. So I'm basically a salesperson. And I started this journey when I was in Citibank. That's where I started my career from, when they started the Citibank auto loans and that. So, coming into the technology area, uh, it was a time when the banks started having a free point to point radio link of, say, uh, 128 kbps, or maybe then they moved to 1 MB. 1 MB was a big thing
At
when
that time.
at that time.
Okay, okay.
So
So
we were
can you tell me
providing.
that which year are you talking about? Like,
So we are talking about in the starting of 2000, and when
hmm,
things started moving up in Pakistan. So actually things started in 95, 96. That was the time when this point-to-point connectivity started. So, and when I jumped into this area, it was the things were pretty much advanced, and we were talking about events and radios and point-to-point PDH radios and different technologies. Um, and the players were very different in the market. It was all a European and American dominated market. And I have seen the technology changing from the European to the Chinese vendors like Huawei and ZTE. They completely swept the market.
China is in.
And they took the lead in Pakistan, not only in Pakistan, but in the entire region. So that's the beauty about the technology, that it evolved so rapidly. And and I can now see the way, like the data centers, there was no concept of building up data centers. The technology was very different. But now the data has become a big industry. Big data is, we are talking about that. We are talking about AI, machine learning, and now AI agents is the year. So you have not heard about AI agents before, but now the technology is shifted to AI agents. Now the businesses are investing in solutions for the AI agents. So that is the area where we need to. I think there is going to be a boom in this area. So the technology, has evolved, and it's going to continue evolving. We are talking about monetizing data. We are talking about analytics as a service. Now companies are talking about as a service solution, not only
Okay.
software as a service, but anything as a service. So I think there is a rapid change in the technology.
So was it clear to you all the time that you have to start your own setup after some decade or some time, or it just happened randomly?
Well, to be honest, there was no plan of setting up something of my own, but I have been into this industry. I know the manufacturers, the suppliers, the OEMs, the audience, and I know the clients. So when you know that who is making the product and who is the user of that product, then the rest of the thing is you have to do the system integration. So I have been heading the system integration company for the past 15 years in one go, and since 2006 I have been doing it, the same pattern. So I think that getting in the technology. So our primary customers are the telcos in Pakistan.
The telecom industry.
Yeah, the telecom industry. So that's the target market for us. And not only the telecom, then similarly we have some unique strategic accounts. And then we have some selective accounts. Because as a startup, you have to see and look into multiple technologies. You cannot stay focused on one thing. Sometimes something works for you, the other thing doesn't work out in your favor. So you have to keep juggling. You have to see what's working, and then you change. You have to be flexible as a startup. You have to keep changing the role models. You have to because there are a lot of things you have to manage yourself. So I think it's a very interesting journey.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's loving it. It's just started.
So what's the one thing about Zevista that you think we should and everyone should know?
So basically, you see, when we talk about everyone should know, I would say that I don't have such kind of a product or a brand that I would say it's not into the consumer market.
Okay.
So the people we are talking to, they know about Zevista. That's what's important here. So we are bringing cutting edge technologies, trying to revolutionize the way this industry is evolving. Like, just to give you an idea, we are in discussion with telecom companies, and we are bringing in an initial talks of introducing a B2B low Earth orbit satellite system
In Pakistan.
competition to Starlink. Yeah, in
Oh.
Pakistan.
In Starlink. So you have a very big target, and it would be an amazing journey.
Yeah, it is. It is. So Starlink is B2C.
Okay.
This is purely B2B.
business.
Yeah, and they actually empower the existing telecom companies to introduce their setup to resell a very high bandwidth to the businesses,
Okay.
to primarily to the telecoms for the backhauling, and to the oil and gas, and to the ships and the aircrafts.
Hmm.
So it's a very selective market. It's not for the uh, uh, it's not for the home user broadband. So it's like you can have a high broadband connectivity in one area, and maybe if there is a cluster of houses, like say 10 to 15, we can they can make a small ring or some, and they can have a shared connection. So this would
Some
make
sort
it
of
more
mesh.
viable for them. Yeah.
So I would really love to know that the solutions you are telling. So are you the one in Pakistan only that are dealing in this type of solutions, or there are any competitors?
Well, when you introduce a product and you bring in some technology, you have to you sign up with the OEMs. You make an agreement with them that you are representing them. Like I'm working another in the. I think there is a big gap in the education area. We are still in our classrooms and universities. You would see there is a projector somewhere in the class, and people and the lectures are being delivered through the projectors.
Yeah.
So now IFP panels, interactive flat panels technology has evolved, and I have I've signed up with the company, and we are going to connecting them with HEC, connecting them with the education hubs. So bringing smart education to the class, where you can record the lectures live, and the students will have access to review them, watch them whenever they want. So it's completely revolutionizing this. It's not only the hardware part; it's the hardware with the software, and the
Okay.
software is embedded and clubbed with the AI.
I would say to Pakistan that be ready. Zevista is bringing a rapid change in the market right now.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It was very great talking to you. We will meet with Syed Faisal Masood in next episode regarding the Zevista story. Thank you.
Thank you.